Okay, good morning, you guys. This is a notes and continuation over input and output tables, what you guys covered yesterday. So we're going to go over a little bit of it again, and then we're going to do some more practice just so that you guys have a good understanding of it. So reviewing from the beginning, X is called our, X, another word for our X is our input. And then f of x is another name for our output or the y value. So that's going to be really important that we understand the differences between those and that those words are pretty much interchangeable for our input and our output. Sorry, my handwriting is going to be bad. Okay, so whenever we're filling out our table in order to graph these functions, we're going to create a table of inputs that we plug into the function in order to find our y or the output. And like I said, we did this yesterday, so hopefully this is kind of a review. And then we're going to match up the input and output, and these become the points, or if you want to say ordered pairs, that'd be fine, that we are going to graph. Okay, sorry, my screen is not wanting to write fast for me. Okay, so let's go down and do some practice. The first one we're going to do, we have negative 2x plus 3. So what you guys need to know, we're figuring out the f of x value. So this is our x, this is our y, and we're going to figure out those values. So one thing that we know for sure is the x values. Those are always going to be negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. We're not going to change those. So we're going to go back up to our equation. This is our x. So we need to put parentheses around this x. We're then going to take this entire equation and bring it down right here. And we're going to write it 5 times. Where we put those parentheses, we're just going to leave it blank because we're going to replace those parentheses with a number. So this may take us a minute. Oops. Plus 3, 2, parentheses, plus 3. Okay, like I said, those should all look the exact same because we brought down that equation. So now we're going to take each of these x values and we're going to plug them into the parentheses. So this first one is negative 2, so we're going to plug in negative 2. Second one's negative 1, so we're going to plug that in right there. 0, 1, 2. Now, once you do that, you can put this into your calculator exactly like this. So you're going to have negative 2, remember use the negative sign, parentheses, negative 2, close parentheses, plus 3. So you can put that in your calculator exactly like that. Once you do that, you are going to get, so you're going to get let's switch it back. 7, 5, 1. Oh, wait, that should be 3. I'm sorry. 3, then 1, and then negative 1. So once you have those, these are now our ordered pairs that we are going to plot on our graph. So the first one we're going to do is negative 2, 7. So you're going to go over negative 2 and up 7. So negative 2, 7. Then we have negative 1, 5. 0, 3. 1, 1. Into negative 1. Wow, my points are not great. And then we're just going to draw a straight line. Well, if I can get a straight line going through my points. Make sure you put arrows on your end of your points. So since this is a straight line, this is called a linear function. Okay, let's go on to the next problem. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So again, our x's are negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. And then we need to figure out where we're plugging in that x. So up here, I have an x. I'm going to put parentheses around that x. Everything that's on the outside is going to stay on the outside. So if it's a -2, it's going to stay on the outside. Even if there was just a negative there, it would still stay on the outside. So I'm going to bring this down. So -2, parentheses, squared, what was that, +5? +5. And you guys, please make sure you're like, this is a lot to write down. Yes, but you will be getting points for it. So don't slack off on that. Don't slack off on the writing part. And if you can write it down, those are pretty easy points, you guys. Okay. And then those empty parentheses that I just brought down, I didn't put anything in it because I knew I would have to replace it with the x. We're going to put our x values in there. So we have -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. And then we're just going to put that in our calculator. So the first one's going to be -3. And then you're going to have 3. And then you'll have 5. Pretty sure you'll have 5. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to do this as I'm doing these notes. You'll have 5. Then you'll go back and to the opposite values. Okay. So then we're going to take these points and we're going to plot them on our graph. Okay. So -2, -3. So over -2 down to -3. -1, 3, 0, 5, 1, 3, and 2, -3. Okay, we can clearly tell that this is not a straight line. But since we had an exponent of 2, this is what we call a quadratic function. It is our upside down U shape. Okay, so let's go. Let me know if you guys have any questions, please ask. If not, try to ask like your neighbor if you're not understanding this. We're going to go on to the back page. Okay, we got 2 more graphs and then we got a word problem to practice. Okay, the next one we see that our x is an exponent. So that is where we're going to be plugging in the x. Again, our x's are -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So this whole thing can come down exactly like that. The only thing I'm replacing is the exponent. So I'm going to bring that down. Okay, so these numbers are going to go in as our exponent. So that's going to be -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So whenever you are putting this in the calculator, again, you can put that in there exactly like that. Just remember, after you close this parenthesis, the parenthesis right here, then you're going to hit your little caret button to bring it up to the exponent. Because that 2 is not an exponent. It's not a whole number, it's an exponent. So this one would be, we're going to get 8. Four, 2, 1, and 0.5. Then we're going to plot these on the graph. So -2, 8. -1, 4. Wow, that one was really bad. 0, 2. 1, 1. into 0.5. Sorry, you guys, my points are not very good. Okay, so this one, we can see it kind of has a curve to it. Whenever it comes down, it's going to straighten out. Make sure you straighten it out. It doesn't keep going down, it straightens out. This one is called an exponential function, and you guys are going to talk about that more tomorrow. Okay, we're going to practice one more, and then we're going to go down to our word problem. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Put our parentheses around our x, and then we're going to bring it down exactly like that. We're just not going to fill in our parentheses yet. And then we're going to fill in our parentheses with our -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, because those come from that column. And then we're going to plug it into our calculator. So that one we're going to have, and again, you can put it in there exactly like that. Pretty much the only important part on this one, this right here is a minus sign, not a negative. So make sure you're putting that in your calculator correctly. You're going to get 5. -1, -3, -1, and 5. Then we can plot those on the graph. -2, 5, -1, -1, 0, -3, 1, -1, and then 2, 5. Okay, this is clearly a quadratic because we have our U shape. So you're going to draw your points, and it's going to give you the U shape. If you do not get a straight line, an L shape, or a U shape, you did something wrong. So keep that in mind when working with these problems. Okay, next let's go down and do our word problem. It says a concrete mixer holds 160 kilograms of concrete. The mixer pours 6 kilograms of concrete per minute. The amount of concrete left in the mixer can be represented by the function. This is your function. Sorry, it's not on the same line. That is the important part. And then we have to see, okay, what is C of M and what is M? Those are the two things we have to figure out. It says C of M is the amount of concrete, and M is our minutes. Those are what we need to be important. Those are important. So this is amount, and this is minutes. I'm going to label those because I know I will be replacing one of those numbers, and then I'll have to solve for the other. So the first question says, how much concrete is left if the mixer has been pouring for 5 minutes? It gives us the 5, so that's going to get plugged in for our minutes. So we're going to have -6, parentheses, 5, plus, what's our last number? 160. We can put that in our calculator exactly like that, and that'll give us, there'll be 100. It'll give us 130. So it's asking how much concrete is left. So you would need to write a sentence. There is 130 kilograms of concrete left. So make sure you're writing your sentence once you get your answer. Okay, going down to the next one, it's asking how long has the mixer been pouring if you have 97 kilograms of concrete? So we're going to take 97, plug it in for the C of M. That means we're going to have to figure out what M is. So we're going to have 97 equals -6M plus 160. Then we're going to have to solve for that M. So this is where you have to do your inverse operations. Subtract 160. You're going to get -63 equals 6M. And then divide by 6. And yes, you will get a decimal. Just go with it. So M is going to equal, why does that, hold on just a second, you guys, that gives me a negative number. Oh no, that should have been a negative 6. I screwed up because I didn't bring that negative down. So this should have been a negative 6. 10.5. Okay, so how many minutes? How long was the mixer pouring? So you need to write a sentence. The mixer was pouring for 10.5 minutes. Okay, if you guys have any questions, let me know or ask somebody next to you guys. You guys have a short assignment to work on now. It only has like 3 problems on it. Once you're finished with that, you guys can work on any missing assignments.